So we're going to do some story time. So today, decided to take the family out to Dubai for the next 2 months. And in trying to get ourselves prepared, pack, all that stuff, being fortunate to be in first class. If it wasn't for sure, we would have missed our flight, very simply because we were super late. One, we had a lot of bags to deal with, and they kind of helped us fast track through the airport security and then onto the plane and help hold the plane up for us as well. I think we were the last ones to get on. It wasn't intentional, but obviously having a kid, things are unplanned sometimes, and I mean, it's the benefit of kind of paying for convenience and having money to be able to afford the convenience in life and not stress. Because for sure, if I had like an economy ticket, 100%, I would have missed a flight, been stressed, stranded with a 9-month-old baby, and that's not exciting, right? It's like I want to be in a position where I can afford to have this luxury and have this convenience. So when unplanned things happen, like us being late and having to have so many bags and stuff and trying to get through, and everyone's kind of supportive because you're a first class customer. For me, this is why I work hard, right? I work hard for these final moments because, yeah, if not, I'll just be struggling and it'll be a chore to travel with my little boy. Obviously, if you know my story, I was once upon a time working 9 to 5 at Jaguar Land Rover as a project manager, and just decided that I needed to do something different to see a better outcome. I always aspired to have wealth young, and I was like, what could I do differently outside of the normal corporate environment? Because I clearly realized trying to get 6 figures in earnings in the corporate world just meant that I was going to be doing that for a very, very long time, for at least 10 years, just to see 100 grand a year. When I can see there's a potential to earn more outside this vehicle, it made sense for me to start investing into myself and, in essence, just taking a bet on myself. Because yes, I was earning a decent amount of money, but I didn't settle for that level of money, because for sure that level of money cannot afford flying first class. Like, I would be pretty much spending my whole entire year saving on a flight, family trip. And yeah, it doesn't make sense at that level of income. You've got to look to make more money. So that's exactly what I did. And I explored the options of, okay, what can I do in property as a vehicle? I found something called buy repurposing finance, houses multiple occupations, and that in essence allows you to be able to buy a house, renovate that house, and rent out to multiple individuals. And that's where I saw I could achieve high income. So on average, a property can provide you $1,500 a month in profit for a property. So I decided, okay, cool, this is the vehicle that makes sense. At the time, I was earning about $5K a month, and it made sense. It was like, yeah, I got to get a few houses to, in essence, replace my current income and, in essence, buy my time back. And that was the goal. Goal one is to buy your time back. Because once you can buy your time back, you can now focus on doing the thing you actually want to do, whether it's spending time with the family, to go on the fancy trips. Maybe not fancy trips to start off with, but you definitely have your time back to be able to focus on the important things in life. And for me, that was to kind of have that financial security. So once I kind of took care of the basics, I can now build upon that and start to earn hundreds of thousands a year. Now, sat today, I have 2 7-figure businesses, and I'm fortunate to be in a position like this, but also this was only possible because I decided to take care of myself. I didn't let the society norms tell me what's possible, because again, I didn't have the money to be able to get into stuff like this. I learned 2 skills: how to invest in property and how to raise capital from people. Because ultimately, to be able to buy a property, you need capital. Whether it's your money, someone else's money, you need capital. And the way I was able to scale to building a £4 million portfolio within 3 years was the fact that I learned the skill of how, one, to obviously, like I said, invest in property correctly, and 2, more importantly, being able to raise capital at scale. Because I was able to demonstrate that I had value to provide to other people, and therefore they trusted me with the hard-earned money to allow me to go out there and buy property and, in essence, build the portfolio that I wanted. And like I said, I'm sat today about £4.5 million in property, and I've got bigger stuff to do. I want to launch a fund and kind of scale the whole raising finance game, because again, I believe I have the network now to be able to do that. After I started off raising the small amounts of money, 20, 30, 50K, 100K, And now it's like I want to jump to a bigger bracket of like finance raise where like I'm raising tens, twenties of millions of pounds from individuals who want to come in on deals with myself. After this point, I haven't partnered up with anybody because I just thought it hadn't made sense for me to do it on a small scale. But on a large scale, 100% it makes sense for me to raise tens of millions of pounds and partner up where we're buying assets which are income producing more importantly as well. So the next chapter obviously looks different to what I've done in the past. And again, it's just a natural progression, right? HMOs have been great to kind of get me up to this point. But now it's like, what is the next level up? And for me, to be fair, I've never been a fan of like owning hundreds of properties. I don't think it makes sense. I like the idea of having a building that has 100 units maybe in one location with high paying customers. And when I say high paying customers, average rent could be $2-3 grand a month from the tenants in the building. So a higher caliber of people who are very likely to pay their rent. And even if they lost their income for whatever reason, they'll be in a position to be able to get another job or have supplement income to be able to pay for their rent and not tell me the stories of, oh, this happened and blah, 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 with like a lesser demographic of tenants. So excited to kind of embark on that journey and see how that plays out as well when it comes to having investor partners. And like I said, after this point, it's been raising capital from investors on a loan basis, giving them a return on their money, which allows me to go in to buy a property, recycle the money through the value add I do in the projects. And happy days, I get an asset that provides me income, my investors get a great return on their money, and it's a win-win. So, like I said, the next chapter looks different. So, I guess we've kind of gone full round circle on separate things. Probably hear my little boy here, I don't know if you can hear him. I don't know what he's doing. He's kind of unsettled at the moment. He's having dinner. I'm about to have dinner myself and enjoy this flight. Took a night flight as well. Again, convenience of being able to have a lay-in, have a shower as well before we land, and then that way, when we get there, we're fresh, good to go, and more importantly, my little boy can sleep on the plane peacefully, and yeah, all the luxuries of being in a financial position whereby I can support my family and be able to go to Dubai for 2 months. Like, for a lot of people, I get working a 9 to 5, there's no chance you can do that. First of all, getting time off is not possible. You just have to quit your job to be able to do something like this, even if you had the money. Because your employer will be expecting you to come in to work in their business. And another reason why I wanted to have that switch, because I wanted full control of my life and be able to do what I want, with who I want and when I want. And I'm super grateful to kind of be in this position now, having done all the hard work leading up to this point. I know some of you are kind of seeing different stages, right? So you don't really know the grind of how I got here. You might see me on the kind of latter part of my journey, or even at this point right now, and you might not understand how I've got to this point. But there's been a lot of graft, a lot of work up to this point to be able to get to this position that I'm in, where I can find my family first class and be out in Dubai for the next 2 months. And again, it's like not even a holiday, it's just change of location. I just don't want to be in the cold, wet UK at the moment. It's raining a lot, it's freezing, and I just want to be in the sun. So again, when you have enough money, it can be summer all year round if you want it to be summer all year round. You don't have to be in a location if you choose not to. So some might see like I'm going on a trip, but like for me it's just a change of location. I'm just going to go be in Dubai for a couple of months, come back for Christmas, maybe my son's birthday, first birthday party as well. Got to organise that, so definitely going to come back. There's no way I can get away with saying first birthday he's in another country. I wish I could, but unfortunately you can't get foster grandparents with that line. So I'm kind of forced to come back and organise a party and celebrate with family. And then maybe, who knows, we come back to Dubai. Because I definitely want to be in the cold. I want to skip the whole winter. It just doesn't make sense for me to be back in the UK. But yeah guys, a lot of things kind of discussed in this, but I kind of want to share perspective on a few different topics. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video guys. Take care.